Hello, and welcome to the Honest Art Podcast. I'm your host, Jody King. I want to let you know about something really exciting coming up soon. My team and I want to support artists like never before. So we are hosting our first annual free online summit called Art, Biz, and Soul. It'll be a 2-day live event with 16 incredible speakers and teachers who are leaders in their industry. You'll learn skills to make your art so much stronger, strategies to make more money, and methods to connect to your intuition so you can make your best, most honest art. As I said, this summit is free, and you don't want to miss it because there has never been anything like this to support artists. The Art, Biz, and Soul Summit will take place online October 3rd and October 4th. Head to the show notes to learn more and to sign up. Can't wait to see you there. Welcome back to the Honest Art Podcast. I'm always so honored to have you join me, but I want you to know that today I have a confession, and that is that you do not want to see the inside of my pantry. You really don't want to see what's happening in my studio behind me. You don't want to see my closet. Because let's just say being organized is not my my strongest skill set. But the one thing that is organized is my art inventory. And there's only one reason for this, and that's because I started using Artwork Archive years ago. So what is Artwork Archive, you may be asking. If you have been around me at all in any of my programs, you know the answer to this, but Artwork Archive is an inventory platform that artists use to track their artwork, to showcase their portfolio, which is big, and grow their business. So in other words, before I had my shit together, Artwork Archive made me look like I had my shit together. And because I was using the platform, I was able to send professional portfolio pages to designers. I was able to track my sales, and I was able to print out gorgeous certificates of authenticity in like a matter of seconds. So today's podcast, I'm speaking with Katie Carey, head of content and growth with Artwork Archive. So if it sounds like I'm totally fangirling, I absolutely am. I'm so excited for this conversation. So welcome, Katie.
Thank you so much, Jody. And I couldn't agree more. Before I personally used Artwork Archive as well, I had I'm not an organized person. This is exactly why we made the platform. I had a million folders all over my desktop. Took me hours to find specific images, information about artworks. And so that's really where the inspiration came for Artwork Archive. Not for me personally, actually, our co-founder, John, it came from his mom. Who
really? Tell me more about that. I didn't know this.
Yeah, so our co-founder, John, his mom is an oil painter and based out of Colorado Springs. We're out of Denver. And she was looking for a better way to manage and present her artwork. And at the time, this was over 10 years ago. He, being a software developer, was a perfect fit. Of like a family project. He was just making something for his mom, and by word of mouth through her friends and through conferences with her, it kind of grew. And then from there, over the last 10 years, now it's used by, tens of thousands of artists all over the world, 165 countries. And it's really grown from this kind of like homegrown family idea. And I love that about it.
I do too. And that's what it feels like, I have to tell you. So I may not have made this clear. So it's a platform, artworkarchive.com, right? And one of the things that, because you just said this, that reminds me of is anytime I've gone on Artwork Archive or I've had a question, or artists that I've taught, to use the platform, they go on and ask a question. The customer service is next level. Like you are getting, you're not getting a bot, right? Somebody is actually there answering your questions. So that makes sense. If you started from this homegrown, very personal idea, that I'm glad you've kept that feeling.
And I love that you brought that up so quickly, because it's something that we really pride ourselves in and also just love, is everyone in the company customer service. Like, we all talk to you guys in real life, whether it's a co-founder, someone in customer service, someone in growth, someone in marketing. We all are in there on the front lines, like, as you would say, learning from you to see, hey, what's working and what's not. And also just like, I think it's my favorite part of the day is to actually interact with artists on a one-on-one basis and see how people are truly using the platform. Because it's so cool to see something that has been built and developed over the last 10 years and how people are using it and really benefiting from it, and then helping them troubleshoot and see how we can help in their art career. And that if hopefully we all have value in our jobs, that's what I really feel like is valuable to me.
So that begs the question so I know how I use the platform, and I know how I coach other artists to use the platform, but what do you see? How do you see artists using the platform most?
Yeah, wow. In so many different ways. I would say above and beyond. The general reason, as you stated, is to get organized, kind of create this system to not have chaos in your life and to save time. Because I know for myself and so many artists, it is not inherent to be organized and have it. So having a platform to really show you where that information is, how to get that information, how to quickly get that information, and then once you get that in there, how to present that information and create those reports, certificate of authenticity, a price list. There's so many ways, but I would say just getting that information in there and staying organized has been by far the greatest way that we've seen people just benefit from it.
I can see that because my experience as an artist, we have a very different brain, not always linear, right? I hate math, so linear, right? But using the platform is easy for me because it's like it was made by artists for artists. So it's just the ease of use with this. And so, Katie, I'm not sure you're aware of this, but I have a business called, a course, an art business course called the Art Biz for Rebels. And in the art, so in the Art Biz for Rebels, it's maybe 15 different modules. And I walk people, artists through how to build an art business. But one whole module is on Artwork Archive. I don't know if you know that.
I don't know if I did. Yeah, that's amazing though.
I mean, I love it so much. And so it's been really fun for me. I mean, I feel like it's my reputation. So if I'm going to have a whole module of a course on another company, obviously, I'm not getting, I have a affiliate link where artists can get 20% off their first year, and I'll share that at the end. But I have to so believe in you guys, right? It wasn't like a kickback thing. But I have seen so many artists have such great success, because one of the things about the platform that I love is that you, as an artist, you can turn it to, what is it, the view? It's called a something view. When the artist, instead of A public view, right. So when the artist is using the platform to get organized and everything, that's what's, we have our private view, right? But then an artist can turn it to a public view. And this is especially helpful to artists who don't have a website yet. And that the artist can use that public view as like a website, right? And so the artists that I've worked with, they like can't afford a website, but I'm going to use Artwork Archive. And they have sold so much work from the platform. It's awesome.
Yeah, it truly is. And, you know, just like what you were saying, we all on the team are either artists, art museum professionals, art collectors. So we've all been there, understand the needs, and it's built out of the need. And plus what you were saying with the customer service, we're listening to people on a daily basis about what you guys need as well. But what I love about it too is that it is scalable from the beginning to, so if you're an emerging artist or mid-career, late career artist, and I could talk so much about this, but there is, so if you're an emerging artist, what I love is that public profile, because it's basically like a light website. So you can, by default, all of your information, images in Artwork Archive, the key is to document and catalog your images and your art career and create that story and stay organized throughout your art career. But an added benefit, if you choose, is to create this public profile. So you can then choose each image and what information to make public about each of those images. So it's completely customizable, and then you can make it public. So it's basically, you know, a beginner website. And what is actually very cool in an intermediate or advanced stage is that you can embed that on your own website. If you have your own website, and we always think people, you know, have your own branding, have a website, and then you can embed the gallery profile or like the images of your profile from Artwork Archive onto your own website as well. So you're not doing double entry basically. And there we have so many examples of that, and they look so beautiful, and people are able to then just like cut down on the data entry, which personally, you know, we just all want to be cutting down on admin time, and that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, I mean, tell me, like, I just want to put a needle in my eyes to think about having to do more admin work, you know, and you guys just make it so incredibly easy to do that. I mean, there's so many fun features. You guys keep adding them all the time. One thing, this is like a total side note, and nobody else may care about this, but one of the things that I love is that when I do a gallery show or like an open studio, and you can choose the paintings that you're going to hang for the show and create labels. Like Artwork Archive just prints those labels like that. It's just like a little fun aside. It's like, oh my gosh, what can't this platform do to make my life easier? It's just amazing.
Yeah, and actually updated those just recently too, to add more options for QR hybrid labels, because so many people throughout the pandemic and after the pandemic have been using QR labels within their gallery shows or just online. So we've really updated those to be able to include your logo, your QR code. You can also replace it with a thumbnail of your work. So you can have that and print them out within just like seconds. And like, I'm a designer, so, you know, I've always done that by myself, but now I don't even go in and create them in InDesign. I just use Artwork Archive.
Okay, that's so cool. Hold on, let me just make sure I get this straight. So I think the QR codes are so cool. So what kind of information can an artist embed in the QR code?
Yeah, so basically anything. You can create a number of links in the QR. You can choose which information to link to within the QR code. So you can choose to link to the public profile, And that would take someone to the public link on your public profile, your portfolio, as you would say. You can also, for your own internal use, so if you were working on your inventory or your gallery, or you're just trying to organize your works, you can include what we call an internal link. So you could include that internal link, and those are just automatic. You can also include a custom link, which is anything you want. So you can include a collection of your works or just your general portfolio as well.
That is so cool. So cool. You know, there is a saying, you may have heard this, but 99% of the world will never see our art in person. Mm-hmm. And so to have a public profile where you look really professional, like I said, y'all made me look good before I looked good. So to have that is so important. I love that. Also, I love your point. This is for an artist at any stage of their career, because I first started using you when I was pretty new, and I continue, like I've been with you guys the whole time. I don't we should do something. We should go on vacation, or I don't know, something.
Oh, it's not hard for me to agree to a vacation.
It's like, good luck getting rid of me right now. Okay, so let's talk about some of my favorite attributes of the platform. So one of them, like I mentioned before, was the ease of use, because technology, you know, a lot of the people, the artists that listen to this podcast, that follow me or on my email list, they are like, this is an average. I have some younger and some older, but usually like 40 to 70, right? Yeah. And so tech is not innate to us, mm-hmm. but Artwork Archive makes it's like the easiest tech thing ever. So I love the ease of use. I'm sure you guys have focused on that a good bit.
Well, that's actually, you know, our main base, you know, of artists as well. It's usually artists who have gotten so far in their career, or artists who are coming into a second career after they've maybe done something else and this is their passion project after retirement. So we really have, like, that is such a big part of our user base. And so, yeah, for everyone, but also, like, we are really focused on just making it so easy. Upload your work, and also we're there to guide you, hold your hand. We have every other week sessions for learning how to upload your work, and we're really just, even if you don't use Artwork Archive, we're just really passionate about making educational resources for artists to really document their work. What you were just saying, you know, a few minutes ago about photographing your work and documenting that and keeping a record of that. We're so passionate about that. So even if you're not using Artwork Archive, we have so many guides, resources, webinars about how to go about photographing your work, because that is how you're going to be remembered. That is how you communicate with people. That is how you tell your story. Most people won't see it in person, and they're lucky to see it in person, but most people will also probably see it online first. So right. We're so just like, if you are going to do this, start with the photographs, document it, keep those images on hand, and all the information on hand. What's the story behind it? Because we always think that, my coworkers and I talk about this a lot, we think that we're going to remember the story behind what we're doing. I'm a ceramic artist. I always think that I'm going to remember the glaze. I don't ever, a year later. Yeah.
No, you have to document. I always thought I would remember, you know, as a mother, I would remember all of these great things that happened to my kids when they were little. I'm like, if I didn't write it down, I don't know where it went. It's not in my memory. So it's the same with I hate to compare my kids to Artwork Archive, but it's kind of true. You make it easy, to make that happen, and to document it.
Yeah, and it's like you're a abstract artist, so there's an idea or a feeling behind each artwork. And you might think because it's so powerful at the moment that you're gonna just always remember it. But you don't.
Nope.
Like even
Nope.
You don't. And so to write it down, have that in your record next to the image, you can revisit that a year from now, 20 years from now, and really see, and also share that with your collectors and see and kind of track your growth or just revisit ideas that you were thinking about. And I think that is one of the things, is a small thing about it, but I just think it's really cool. Just looking at my own like career trajectory and like, what was I thinking during this? And it's
I'd
cool
love that. What was I thinking?
Yeah, who knows?
So I want to just reiterate something you just said. So you guys, like I said, I'll just tell it to you now. If you're interested in using Artwork Archive or at all, you can go to artworkarchive.com/JK for Jody King, or just kidding, whatever, /JK, and you'll get 20% off your first year, which is like incredibly generous of you guys at Artwork Archive. But to Katie's point, even if you don't sign up, sign up on their email list, because they provide so many free resources to artists. Or can they do that? Or do you have to be a member of the platform to be able to get those resources?
No. So if you sign up at artworkarchive.com/newsletter, we send out a weekly newsletter that includes guides, information, interviews with art professionals, videos, webinars. It's a huge part of what we are passionate about. So yeah, sign up for there. It's completely free, and we'll be in touch. We also send out opportunity guides. I know people love this. We send out monthly opportunity guides and like a yearly opportunity guide, and we kind of curate the best opportunities for people. And you can also add that then directly into Artwork Archive with an added schedule. So within Artwork Archive, you can have a schedule just for your art business, and then link it to your exhibitions and sales and things like that. So you can save them in there, so you just never miss a deadline.
Oh, that's so cool. That's amazing. So I get this question a lot, is, different opportunities, and how do people find, what opportunities are available for artists? Well, now you know. You go to artworkarchive.com/newsletter, and you'll get all of that really cool content. All right, let me just go back really quick and mention a few other things that I have not mentioned. Okay, so my favorite things are ease of use. Of course, the inventory management, because I can't keep anything straight in my head. I mentioned certificates of authenticity. Oftentimes artists say, where do I get a certificate of authenticity? And I'm like, get on Artwork Archive. They make it so easy. You get the photo of the painting on the certificate. It spells out that the artist retains, even though this is an original piece of fine art, the artist retains the copyright. So if you want to do prints or whatever, it clearly spells that out. The certificate of authenticity is perfect. It's got everything you need. I love the portfolio pages, and people are like, well, what's a portfolio page? Let's just say you have a collector that's interested, or a designer, or an art consultant, or a hotel, or whatever it might be. And they request a photo of your work. If you can send them a portfolio page, which is super easy to do, you just click a button on Artwork Archive. It says, wait for it, portfolio page. I don't know how you come up with this. I mean, it is so easy to use. It's crazy. So you click portfolio page, just like you would click certificate of authenticity. It just instantly creates it. So I love that feature. I love that artists can use it in lieu of a website, or they can embed some of that information to theirs. And then, I already said it, but I just think that gallery label thing is so fun. It's so easy. It makes life so much easier. But can you speak to some of the new tools? I think you've maybe already mentioned some, but can you speak to some of the new tools that you guys have rolled out, or that you feel like artists need to know about that I'm just not well versed on?
Yeah, I can do that. And I also wanted to, that just reminded me that we had someone recently that her gallery, she was signing up for a new gallery. She was getting signed on to a new gallery, and they actually required that she use Artwork Archive because it was so easy to create and send these labels and reports to the gallery. And not every gallery does that, but I know that when artists are sending their work to a gallery in this format, they just stand out above and beyond. It makes it so easy. And I know that is a goal of a lot of artists, is to work with galleries. And if you can be an artist who's easy to work with, I've both been an artist and work for galleries, that just makes it, you stand out above the crowd, and it's great. So I just loved that.
Absolutely.
Like anecdote. Yeah.
I love that too.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so recently we're always adding new features, and that's one of the greatest things about being a cloud-based service, is that once you have chosen an account or a plan, we will add these features and not ever increase the price. So I also really love our company because of that. So once you have chosen a platform, we never raise the price on you, unlike Netflix, for example. We will never do that. And it's so affordable, and we'll just keep adding these features. So we've recently added a new collections feature we've always had collections, but this is a new way to display collections on your public profile and organize it, and more customizable features for your public profile. So you can now kind of choose what comes first and customize on your menu. Do you want to just show your collections and kind of have that first? Do you want to have your images first, your about page first? So just more options for you to tell your story as an artist. So the collections feature was part of that, and adding ways for you to organize your images and find that, display them in the order that you want within the collections.
I love that, because I talk to artists often about how to release a collection. Some of the marketing and the email, social, like all the things that go into releasing a collection. And for me, I do a lot of abstract art, but I also do something called the Rebel series, which is 2 very, very different collections. So I love that you are now making that so where an artist is able to display those collections in a new way. That's awesome.
Yeah, and we love it. People have been really liking it. It's new. We also did do recently the add to schedule from that opportunities page. So check that out. You can really quickly add a new opportunity right to your schedule in Artwork Archive, make it an exhibition, track it, and just keep up with the deadlines when you need to submit work. I know I've missed deadlines, kick myself a few weeks later. So this is a great way just to stay on top of all your art deadlines, pickup dates, tracking, invoices, all of that information.
Yeah, it's all there. It is such a remarkable platform. I just, I thank you. Please share with everyone. like people are going to give a shit at Artwork Archive, but just tell everybody that from one artist to all of you, I'm so grateful for what you are doing for me and my art business, but also for just every artist that has the opportunity to use your platform, and even just the content that you share. It's really remarkable that you can tell you guys do it from a place of service to artists.
No, yeah, I mean, everyone does care. So thank you. And I will share it, and it will make everyone's week, because, we're here, and, it's nice to connect to people and really hear that on a one-on-one basis. So, we do really care, and it's so great to connect with, people, you and artists every day. That makes it really worth it.
Awesome. Well, is there anything that I didn't cover that you feel like artists need to know about Artwork Archive?
Oh goodness. I mean, and there's so much about Artwork Archive. Like, I could go on for 8 more hours, so I'm not going to bore everyone with details about every feature. But, I encourage you to come on our newsletter, reach out. There's just ways. I just encourage everyone to track their artwork, even without Artwork Archive, and really be in control of their own art narrative, story, in charge of your own legacy, and be in charge of your art business, because no one else is going to do it for you. And I just think it's so cool to be in a time where we can all write that as our collective art history, and be in charge of our narrative, and include our own stories in that. And I think it's very powerful, because it's not just museums writing it, it's all of us including our stories and what we're inspired by. And I think, that's just the coolest thing. And I think we should all be doing it.
I agree. That's a really good point, is that we get to be in control of our own narrative, right? Mm-hmm. We get to be in control of our story, our art journey, who we are as artists, who we become daily, on this art journey. So I love that. Mm-hmm. It's a great point.
Yeah. And it's so great to see it. Like, it's not the traditional points of power who are in charge of telling our story. And, we get to share that with the internet, for worse, and just be in charge of saying what our art is about, and putting it out there, and we get to all enjoy that together. And I think that's very powerful.
I agree. All right. So other than going to artworkarchive.com, are you guys on socials? If so, tell us about that. What are your handles?
Yeah, I think it's all /Artwork Archive on each of the platforms. So we are on Instagram /Artwork Archive, Facebook Artwork Archive, maybe TikTok a little.
I know. I'm just now dabbling into TikTok myself. It's a whole other world. I feel like maybe when the aliens get here, or maybe they're already here, but that's about when I'll go hard on TikTok.
Yeah, I like that theory. I'm going to put that in the next strategy doc.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm going to say it one more time. If you're not an Artwork Archive, you're missing out. Hard stop. So go check them out. If you're interested in joining and you want 20% off, go to artworkarchive.com/JK for Jody King and get 20% off. But even if you don't, definitely get in the Artwork Archive world, because they're amazing. Thank you, Katie, for joining us today.
So fun. Yeah, that was so fun. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Always a pleasure.
Once again, you don't want to miss the free Art Biz and Soul Summit coming up October 3rd and 4th. There will be 16 speakers whose work is really on the cutting edge of creativity, of business, and of energy practices. You can register at the link in the show notes, and I really hope to see you there.